Welcome to Teach Big's tutorial on Shine Big. I am Randi Whitney. I am so glad that you're here and I can't wait to show you everything that Shine Big has to offer for you. Think of it as coaching and team teaching all wrapped up in one. So let's get started. So first, we need to know Teach Big's mission statement, and that is that we strive to create experts in content, craft, and complement. So what in the world does that mean? Let's be experts in the standards of our state, and let's be experts in the content area in which we teach. Then we can deliver our craft really well. So the Shine Big videos really are designed to help you deliver the craft in an exciting way, in a different way, in an encouraging way, and in a full circle kind of way. We have videos on all the different slices of the full circle. What does that mean? We have videos for all of the following: phonics, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, reading comprehension, and written constructed response. You can pick and choose from which slice of the full circle you'd like. So here are all of the slices of the full circle. So just think, we have videos for you, 175 of them, that you can choose from to show to your class. So for example, we do this for 6 months. We release videos in September, October, November, January, February, and March. Of course, just in time for that wonderful test that we're looking forward to now, because now we can tackle it with gusto and be so excited to have our kids have the opportunity to show off all the great things they know. So, what is Teach Big in general? Well, first of all, we are a literacy approach. We have 3 grade level bands that the Shine Big videos address, but Teach Big addresses all the way from pre-K. We start with a standards deep dive. We go through 6 slice training on the full circle. We just showed you that. And we have wave monthly coaching. So that means you and I get to meet once a month via a Zoom with a bunch of our teacher friends. And I'm going to tell you where you should be and about what you should be teaching that upcoming month. So those are really popular and really helpful, because also you can tune in the next month and think to yourself, hey, if I've got some questions, I can ask Randi herself. That's right, me. So enjoy the wave coaching opportunities, but then follow them up with, how do I teach all this stuff to my kids? I'm going to give you great lessons in the waves and I'm going to give you downloads in the waves. But if you want to see how to teach the tough concepts, I got you. And that's through the Shine Big video lessons. And then, of course, if you want daily lesson plans, we've got that too. And then if you want our practice online assessment automatically graded, tons of reports, put your kids in tutorial groups, all of that kind of thing, we've got that too. And then we even come to your campus and inspire your kids ourselves. And that is through our student camps. We even have Get in Shape administrator training. So all of our videos, it's important that you know that every single one of our videos, we don't just get up there and say, oh, here's this little bitty concept. No, we take you through an entire learning cycle through every video. So that means the graduate infinity learning cycle. So yeah, of course, we have I do, we do, you do, but we go further. So we start by gathering everybody, and that means gathering them physically, but also gathering their brains, gathering their focus. Then we reveal the activity, and then they get to complete the activity independently. And then they discuss and we ask why, about things, we ask questions, we have a good discussion about the assignment. And then we use all that great information and we do another assignment. Maybe it's a repeat of the first one. Maybe it's a deeper dive. Then we award the A over here. We award ourselves for the great things we learned and our favorite parts of the lesson. The T is we find ways to target new assessment. And then the E is we explain it to others, because we all know that when you turn and teach, that's when you really learn. So that is something that is incorporated in every single one of the videos. Then we have our online assessment tool, which means that we're going to begin with the end in mind. We're not just going to go willy-nilly. what we're going to do is we're going to think to ourselves, what are the most tested standards on this test? And as we look at those, we're going to start backwards and say, let's make sure that we get all of those thoroughly taught because we want to ensure great success with our kids. So we're beginning with the end in mind. Look at all of these lessons. There's so many. And it just makes me so excited. And remember, we release in September, October, November, and then January, February, and March. And there are 175 of these lessons. You can pick and choose. You can choose which slice of the full circle you want to address. Like, let's pretend that ECR scores were not where you wanted them to be last year. That's okay. We got you. We're going to be here to coach with you through the WAVE classes. And then also, we are going to be alongside right with you the whole way through the video lessons as well. We do have them for all of our literacy areas, and we have them for the most tested standards as well as the foundational standards that lead up to all of the great things. Then, what if you have to leave something for a substitute? Wouldn't it be so amazing to have something like this for your substitute? Of course. You can use them anytime on your schedule. The videos that are released are directly correlated to what we learned in that month's WAVE session. And keep in mind, if you can't attend a WAVE live when we do it Zoom, that's okay. We'll have your email and we can just shoot it over to you and you can watch it at your convenience as well. So, what happens in the videos? First of all, like this right here, you get a live version of either me or Jill. And then also on the slides throughout the video, you'll notice on the slides, you get some very consistent things. First of all, down here, you will notice that you are getting, that's right, the graduate learning cycle stamped on every single slide. That's so important because that lets us know where we are in the learning cycle, kind of like a timeline, if you will. There will also be reference tags, and those denote the state standard or knowledge skill. I'll show you more about the reference tags in a minute. Then over here, you'll notice you have the big idea that we're talking about in that particular lesson. Then me or Jill in the training circle. And then whenever you see this pause icon, that means pause. And then you can have some class discussions of your very own with your students. Look at all these reference tags. The reference tags directly go back to a particular strand or a standard in specific. The reason these are important is because we want to have all the living teaks addressed through every single show. That means if we're looking at standards that happen throughout all the other content areas, as many of the language arts standards do, we want to make sure that we're addressing them in every single video. So then let's look at some of these slides. Aren't they fun? So we have trivia in every show, tiered vocabulary, first, second, third tier vocabulary, note-taking opportunities in every single show along the way. So we're really engaging kids with that trivia. They think that's really fun, of course. Bringing in the prior knowledge, bringing in that all-important vocabulary, everyday vocabulary, as well as that academic vocabulary. Then we have a very important part to every show, and those are called our stop gap responses. A stop gap response means we stop and we close any gaps that there may be happening. So we give students an opportunity to respond to you, to the video, and then you an opportunity to respond to them so that we're leaving no stone unturned and we are stopping any gaps before they could possibly happen. And then we have active thinking and learning opportunities in every single lesson. We call this the ARC connection, actively respond and connect. This is where they can point to the different parts of this slide when it shows up, or better yet, they could have our physical active response cards. That means they hold up these different response cards as we teach them to use them through the video lessons. They are not required to have the physical copy of the ARC cards, but it absolutely makes a big difference if they do have them. If they don't, that's okay, because you still have the opportunity here to point to the different areas of the slide. Then, of course, opportunities for grades. It would be really hard to spend this time and this energy and this excitement on a lesson and not have a grade come from it in some capacity. Sometimes those are participation grades in our classroom, but at the end of every single video, there are opportunities for reading comprehension assessment as well as written constructed response questions and prompts. In every video, we even include a poetry piece and a reader's theater in every single show. I just think that's really important because rhyme scheme is very important. It's what helps the brain remember. Poems are meaningful and they connect, but so do reader's theater. That brings in the drama element without saying, okay, boys and girls, today we're going to have a drama or today we're going to learn about poetry. No, we're going to have poetry and drama woven throughout our entire coursework. Every single video. The content of the poems and the content of the dramas will be the content of that particular show, that particular viewing. We also have rigor responses throughout. So, if you notice, to determine key ideas, to support understanding, to support an appropriate response, these are all parts of our standards. Those are your higher rigor parts of the standards. And so, we make sure that we're not just addressing the noun in your standard, but we're also addressing the verb and we're addressing the rigor statement as well. So, what does all of this cost? All of it is yours for all the classes for ECR just for $125. That's for the whole school year. It's for all of those months. So if you would like to couple these with your great wave training, or maybe you're not even having the wave training, but what you do want are all of these lessons ready for your kids. Show them to your students. You have assessments built in. You have stop-gap response built in. You have arc response built in. And we bring in the tiered vocabulary, written constructed responses, prompts that you can use. And we even have 5 questions at the end for the 4 dimensions of comprehension for reading comprehension. So it's all there for you. We would love for you to experience what so many other teachers are experiencing in the S.H.I.N.E video lessons. Please join me and reach out to us if you would like to join the S.H.I.N E Big Party.